Hey everyone, I trust that you're doing amazing, and I have something new for you. It's called the Never Ever series, and I'm not sure what will come through. I already have like 3 or 4 audios for you that I'm going to record, and I'm going to start with this first one. It came to me yesterday when I was walking home after a really nice sports session, and maybe you know this feeling of flow and that you're just super relaxed and feeling amazing within yourself, and all this information just starts to come through. And I've written all of them down. I will probably also share this in written form because when I speak, usually also different things come up. And I will get them all together on one page on my blog. And I will share this link in the description so that you can visit my blog with all the never ever, 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 ever audios. So this first one is, I would say, the most important one. And it's called Never Ever Worry About Worrying. Why should you never ever worry about worrying? Well, because you know that you create from which state you're in. You know that you create from what you feel and what you think about. And it's so not necessary because time is not linear. Everything exists now. And that is a really big thing to get your head around. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to go into super depth with this. You just need to realize and feel the freedom that is in this knowledge that everything is now. Nothing has to happen because something happened before. Everything is now. We perceive things in a linear fashion because that's just how Earth life works. That's just the frame. When you're completely loose of it, when you have detached yourself from it, I'm pretty sure that you can experience some freaky things, but you will only when you feel safe in the knowing, because otherwise you would just freak out. Like if there's no linear experience of things, then you would just freak out and nothing makes sense anymore, because we're wired to believe that linear time works this way, that life works in a linear fashion. So never worry about worrying, because the thing is, you probably worry about something that you think, it's based on what happened a couple of minutes ago. So let's just say you got into a huge fight with someone, and then you perpetuate that fight by worrying about it, but by worrying what will happen after it, by worrying about whatnot, everything to do with this fight. But you know what? This fight that you had and this fight that you experienced is just one of a gazillion probabilities. So it doesn't mean that it never happened. It happened. But it also means that there are a gazillion other things that happened simultaneously. You just decided to focus on this one thing because of your thoughts and energy and beliefs prior of this happening. And you can decide to drop it like it's hot in this very instant. There's nothing that says you should still be worrying about what happened a couple of minutes ago. No, not at all. You can just drop it. You can leave it, and you can feel, you can do a 180 in your emotions. Who says you can't? Which is actually also something that I want to talk about, because you might feel bipolar when you do this stuff. And very interestingly, I already taped a version of this audio before I had a coaching session with a client, and I talked about the feeling of bipolar in this audio session too. And then I had my coaching client, and she said to me at one point, you know what? Sometimes I really feel like I'm bipolar. And I said, that is interesting that you say that, because that's what I talked about just now in the audio that I'm now recording anew. So this feeling of bipolarity is just a judgment that comes from the collective consciousness. And I wouldn't be surprised if it came from somewhere that knew that it's actually good to allow yourself to feel all the feelings and all the emotions whenever they come up. Like the spontaneity of the moment, like a little child. You don't call a child bipolar when they go from being happy and then super sad and then super happy again and then crying. And no, you just let them, because they know that this is how life works. You don't call nature bipolar when it's sunny and all of a sudden it starts to rain and to storm and all of a sudden it's sunny again. No, because that's just how life works. So in like fashion, you don't have to hold on to anything. You don't have to be consistent in any emotion. You can decide now. If you were 5 minutes ago unbelievably sad and angry, you can be extremely happy. Who gives a, you know? Nobody. And sure as hell shouldn't be you. And if they would care, who cares about that? Because you create them anyway. So I trust and I wish for you to really feel the freedom in this. You are free to choose every single moment what you're going to experience next. So even if it was 5 minutes ago that you had a huge fight, you can pretend and also believe and feel and trust that now this fight has never happened. That's all. That's all there is to it. Be in control of your emotions. You can choose whatever it is you want. And just enjoy. Enjoy all this energy and emotion coursing through your veins, because emotions are just that, energy, emotion. And enjoy life. Make the best out of it, because you deserve it, you can, and you are amazing. Okay, let me know what you thought of this audio. Send it through to anyone who could benefit from it. And I wish you a beautiful rest of the day. Ciao!